Today, we're talking about the Asmongold rabbit hole as presented by Oompaville, the boy. Easily one of the most controversial figures online. Asmongold, I mean. Doesn't really matter whether or not you like him, you for sure know who he is. He's one of the biggest streamers. He owns like 7 different companies. Honestly, he's probably the first homeless billionaire. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's see what the Asmongold rabbit hole has to offer. Let's see just how far it goes.
Something that's always chewing away in the back of my head, nibbling away, gnawing away like a worm in Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s brain, is the fact that possibly one of the largest streamers on any platform
lives like a fucking squatter.
Has one of the craziest pasts and potentially the poorest health a human being can imagine. We're not talking about Dr. Disrespect, we're not talking about XQC, not fucking Airsoft Fatty. Okay, we're not talking about any of these guys. Ludwig, nope. Today, we're talking about Asmongold, the hero of today's story. AKA, we're doing a deep dive into the legend of Asmongold, a man of mythical status, of legend in my own mind. I'm a fan. I don't like the politics shit. I don't like any of the politics stuff, and that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Asmongold.
Yeah, it's the LeBron of WoW, apparently. And looks like the guy might have shit himself over that.
No way.
And it's like, think about the game, the narrative that creates, right?
And exactly what makes him so mythical and what people are always talking. A lot of people hate this man, and you yourself probably have seen him. Maybe you don't have an opinion formed on him already, but you've definitely seen him in his coverage of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. He made like 3,000 videos. Actually, I think it was close to 87, which is a lot.
Okay. At this point, Your Honor, Ms. Heard's counsel is asking to move into evidence and publish.
I bet they are.
Defendant's Exhibit 730.
Objection. All right, cut the tape, guys. Cut the tape.
Objection, Your Honor. We're losing. Objection,
guys.
No, the dude's been pretty
she did
mad
not win
relevant
that
for a
one.
while now, and he
Got
just
cooked.
loves posting so many videos, long unedited stream clips where he's yapping. He loves yapping.
If you
Well, people like to watch him yap because, you know, he talks funny. He uses funny expressions, and there's a level of wisdom to what he says that a lot of people appreciate.
laugh at a joke from a guy that's gay, it doesn't make you gay.
True.
So if somebody says something funny and you say that's funny,
Man, this is such a low
but
quality.
you find out later that they're
clip.
gay, you didn't just become gay.
If there was a Hollywood Walk of Fame for Twitch streamers, Asmongold would be one of the first to receive his monument. Also, because he's doing this, he's been doing this for a long time. By the way, he has legitimately posted 87 videos in regard to the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial.
Yeah, he kept up with the whole thing.
Very awesome. Or at least that's according to a playlist that claims to be complete. Streamers in general blow
Claims
my
to be
mind, but
complete.
it blows my mind.
So there's
specifically that
87
this guy
videos
has
on that. There's 87 videos on that playlist, and there is a chance that that playlist is not complete. The Johnny Depp trial was actually amazing. Some people were absolutely fiending for Amber Heard, and every single one of them turned out to be like the most toxic individuals you could ever imagine. And honestly, I just think that that's like one of the signs that the world is healing.
Committed so much time and energy towards reacting to a trial in which 2 people detail some of the worst moments of their life. It was a very big deal back then, and I looked at it on stream. I made a couple videos about it, but like 87 videos. That's like 30 hours of video.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Never mind, it's way more than 30 hours.
Yeah, because a lot of those videos were like 4 hours long, if not more, because he would react to the whole thing, so that would be like a 5-hour stream, and then he would post like cut up pieces of it, which would be like an extra 30 minutes or 40 minutes or something. So like one video is 5 hours, and then the next few videos are like the previous video cut up into more digestible pieces.
He's got about 80 hours of footage of him
Yeah.
talking about Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. That's legendary.
What I'm
Yep.
asking you, sir, is did you
God, they fucking hate each
comply
other.
with the ethical requirements
Did you comply?
of the APA when
Probably not.
when rendering
Sir?
the professional opinions
Oh my God.
that you've rendered today?
It is
This is the execute.
It is a requirement of the APA. It is not the requirement of the APA.
That's the first domino for the big legend. 2 whole work weeks of just
Jesus Christ,
Do you
Lupa.
know whether the records, medical records,
Oh my God.
from your EMT were produced in discovery? in this
Objection,
case?
Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for
Oh my
speculation.
God.
I'm asking.
Overruled if she knows.
Thank you.
Yes.
Great, we've made progress. Yes.
Amber
that's what
Heard.
we gotta sound like.
Amber Heard's legal team throughout that entire trial just kept trying for the most dumb things, and they kept getting cut off. Like Johnny Depp's legal team, pretty much like 90% of the words that they said were objection. That's it. That's all they needed to do. It's like 90% of what Amber Heard's team tried to pull got thrown the fuck out. Beautiful.
Like, dude, reaction channels, commentary channels, that's just, after a while, you would, shut up! That's what I usually say whenever my TV's yapping at me. Yeah, dude, 80 hours, 3 full days,
Yeah.
no eat, no piss, no fart, no make sweet, sweet love. 3 days just talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
I mean, to be fair, Asmongold probably
it
doesn't
matter.
do
Something else
sweet,
cool
sweet
about
love
it
to
is
anybody.
the fact that very few of these
I mean, look, not to shit on the homie, but like Asmon, come on, dude. If you're, talking about yourself, and while talking about yourself, you mention that not showering for like 30 plus days is not your record, you probably ain't getting laid, like ever. And if you do, it's probably not with the type of girl that you want to get laid with, because like there's got to be like some level of disease involved with that, right?
videos have under 500,000 views, which means he could have made millions of dollars off all these videos.
Oh, yeah.
The guy is a legend. And by the way, spent none of it. He spent none of the money, especially not on like health or cleaning stuff or anything that normal people spend
Like-
money on. Lay down.
He could probably like spend maybe like $1,000 a week. I don't know how prices in the US work, but like here, if he spent like $1,000 a week on a cleaning crew, he would have the most well-maintained house you could ever imagine, and it would be so cheap for him.
Quit doing that. I'm in a garage. I like watching the ants come in. I like watching the ants come in. They're all down there. I'm like kind of like my own personal little Asmongold. Got a little colony down here. I'm in a garage though. Okay, there's no ants in my house. I've got to say, this whole ant bug thing, I'm bringing this up real early because this shit is mind-boggling. If you don't know
He
anything
likes
about
ants.
Asmongold,
That means
you're
he
in
likes
for quite
me.
a wild ride.
For sure,
Do you guys
for
remember
sure.
that clip in TLC with 1,000-Pound Sisters where they put the behind Amy Slayton while she was talking about how dirty her house was and how sad it made her, and there was a that climbed up the wall? Remember that?
In the past, on my YouTube channel, a cockroach was in my video, and then the fans
What?
and haters,
The fans
Seen
and the
it,
haters.
people were hating on me so much.
They were making
and I
fun of
tried
you.
so hard.
Oh
to
my
show 'em
God.
the videos and stuff, and then y'all see them, and it's just hard.
That's how Asmongold is. In real life, not added in
Yeah, but like Asmongold's, like he has a scissor. He has a pair of scissors on his desk that he uses to snip the cockroaches anytime that they get too close to him.
post with VFX. This is real life. Who is Asmongold? Or
Why is that picture like edited with a filter? Like, why does he look so much cleaner in this picture? Like, this is weird. Why'd you do that?
Jack Roar. However you want to refer to the man, he hasn't always been a React streamer. He hasn't always been the man who he is now and what he's become in recent years. In fact, as of the writing of this video, he's reacting to his subreddit to over 25,000 people right now. That's pretty cool, and he does this type of shit every single day. The guy is prolific.
If I die in Elden Ring, it's the game's fault, it's my mouse's fault, it's the computer's fault, it's chat's fault for distracting me, and there are a number of other faults that it is, except for mine. So yes, obviously it's not my fault.
25,000, that's a lot. How'd he get this large-ass audience? Well, World of Warcraft. Ever heard of it? Wow.
What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're going to take a look at how Arms Warrior is going to be playing in patch 6.2.
Before he was a streamer, he made World of Warcraft YouTube videos with his original WoW channel, uploading his first video in November of 2013, 2 years after my first videos.
He was the guy. He knew everything about World of Warcraft. He was like an absolute expert. And with that, he kind of just blew up because there really wasn't anybody else doing his level of content at the time. Like, nobody else was like doing good content like that. The other guides were honestly fucking trash. And he just carried the scene by himself. And then he eventually turned that into a streaming career. Like, he basically never had to stream to like 2 or 3 people. Never went through that. Like, his first stream had like 300 viewers.
So take the L, Asmon.
But as I said before, you gotta start from the bottom to get to the top.
My first video was how to mod Borderlands on Xbox 360. Yours is way worse than mine.
Alright, you guys, I'm going to show you how to mod Borderlands today. It's pretty easy, a lot easier than modding Fallout New Vegas, I think. A lot safer, and have a better chance of doing it, so.
After posting a lot of WoW content, including bangers like my rant about...
Honestly, actually, hold on. If we're talking about our first videos, let me see if... I had to delete a bunch of my oldest videos because of some issues that occurred, but I think, yep, my first video is still up. It's privated, but it's still up on the channel. It has... How many views did this get? 38 views. And it's literally just Dark Souls 2 gameplay. It's 14 minutes of me playing Dark Souls 2, unedited. Yeah, I remember I edited it in Sony Vegas. No. It was in Windows Movie Maker. It was in Windows Movie Maker that I edited that shit. It was not good.
Learning real-world skills from playing World of Warcraft, in which he says that if he was an employer and his guild acted in person like they do in game, there's no way he'd hire them.
If I was an employer, and I knew how half of like the people that I've raided with and the people that I raid with now actually act when things don't go their way, there would be no fucking way I would want that person in my guild. Or not in my guild, working for me. There's no way at all.
So yeah,
there's a level of professionalism.
There's also another video titled Elliot Rogers Played WoW. If you guys don't know who Elliot Rogers is, he's a murderer. He's a murderer who had a YouTube channel, and yeah, there's a lot of content about him. I don't even know if you're allowed to put like pictures of him on YouTube anymore. I'm not sure.
Let me read that. May 23, 2014, Roger killed 6 people and injured 14 others by using knives, semi-automatic pistols, and his car in Isla Vista. First killed his 2 roommates and their friend in the apartment they shared, ambushing and stabbing them one at a time as they arrived. Hours later, he uploaded a YouTube video in which he detailed his intention, explaining his intentions of... he's... okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of
content about him.
I don't even know if you're allowed to put like pictures of him on YouTube anymore. I'm not sure.
Probably not.
He's yeah.
I wouldn't risk it.
Bad stuff. Between November 5th, 2013 and July 5th, 2014, Asmongold uploaded 198 videos about World of Warcraft. That's a lot. For his 199th video, he uploaded a video titled Streaming, in which he announced that he was going to begin streaming.
I'm going to start streaming.
He also talked about raccoons in his house, which is a small piece of a much larger puzzle we will talk about shortly.
Last night I did, let's see, what did I do? Oh, I did ICC. I talked about raccoons in my house and how they got in my house and then how I got them out of my house. And I think I did one other thing, and I don't even remember what that was.
Maybe that was his 199th upload, by the way. I'm not sure the significance of that, assuming no videos are deleted or anything along those lines, which I'm assuming is probably not the case because of the Elliot Rodgers video still there. You think he would have deleted something else. Anyways, 2 years ago, he reacted to his stream announcement and how it got 250 viewers, which is very impressive for a first stream, for anyone really.
The first stream that I ever did, I got 250 viewers. Like, a lot of people tuned in to watch the stream.
He then reacted to the raccoons in his house by laughing, face-palming a bit, and saying nothing ever changed. And that was 2 years ago, which was 8 years after the announcement.
I talked about raccoons in my house and how they got in my house and then how I got them out of my house. And I think I did one other thing, and I don't even remember what that was. And so...
The best thing about this is the fact that, like, nothing ever changed.
Yep, bro,
like,
bro keeps having raccoon problems, bro keeps having cockroach problems, bro is the same person.
Nothing's changed.
When Asmongold
Except
started
now he's a
streaming
fucking
on
millionaire,
the Asmongold Twitch
and it's
channel,
not fair.
is, of course, a lot of WoW content. It's just a thing. He grew the channel to 3.5 million followers while continuing to post YouTube videos on the OG Asmongold channel. It was the heyday, pretty much.
What's up, y'all? It's me.
What the fuck are you wearing? What the hell is he wearing?
And today I figured I'd do a little holiday video for everybody.
Just kidding. He's still growing massively. He's not fallen off even.
Oh yeah,
One thing that's odd, and I don't know the lore for, and with a 5-minute Google search, I couldn't find the information for. I've also reached out to Asmongold before, and he just ignored me, or just didn't see the DM on Twitter or whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. He's got massive, big time,
himself he doesn't like check his Twitter DMs
status in my eyes. So kind of cool. Whatever. I guess I don't have any idea. I'm sure someone will be like, well, actually, dude, he's got on him. That's awesome. That's cool.
He's got on him?
He's got on him. That's awesome. That's cool.
Why was that word censored? What did he say? What?
You're a legend in my book. I'm having limited respect for you. You're a millionaire. You made $1 million just reacting to this bitch, this shit, and you still got and raccoons crawling on you. That's crazy. Crazy cool. One thing that's odd is both the original Asmongold YouTube and Twitch channels have been abandoned, which is strange. Yep. He stopped posting on his YouTube channel after 919 videos, with his last upload being in October of 2018, and he stopped streaming on the Asmongold Twitch back in 2022 and has been since streaming on his second channel, Zachrar, which is not a partnered channel and is therefore not monetized. Pretty cool.
Yep. He makes money. Awesome. He's explained it. It's because he streams because he enjoys streaming, and he wasn't enjoying it when he felt as though he had a monetary obligation. He had a monetarily motivated obligation towards his viewers, and he wasn't enjoying it. And since he makes way more money from his other revenue streams, namely, OTK, Starforged, and however many other corporations he owns, because he's a CEO, basically. He's a professional CEO. How the fuck is he a CEO? I don't know. Like, he figured it out somehow. But because of that, he doesn't really want to monetize the stream.
What a legend. This channel is massive for not being able to make any money for the streamer, nor the platform in which it's hosted on. It probably costs Twitch a shit ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
He just streams and is the 7th largest channel on the whole platform, according to Twitch Tracker, which might need to be taken with a grain of salt. He's averaging 26,500 streams and now primarily focusing on just chatting and not World of Warcraft. I assume it takes a lot of bandwidth and they're not making their money back, which sucks. Or does it? I like it. Take the L. He actually talked about how much money he costs Twitch in a recent video.
He costs millions
Apparently,
of dollars
he cost him about
Twitch.
$8,000 a stream, and he says he tries to stream every single day, but he subtracts 20 days missed from the year, so it's 345 days. That's about $2.8 million he costs Twitch a year.
If you look at this, let's go in here. We're going to say that I've streamed for about 8 hours right now. We're going to say that we have 9,000 viewers right now. We're going to put the average at about 8,000.
Okay.
If every one of you is watching at 1080p and you have been the whole time, it costs Twitch $4,360 to run this stream. That's how that works. That is why Twitch is losing money. This is the reason. Per year? No, per this stream. That's this stream, not per month. This singular stream at 8 hours of streaming.
Dan must fucking hate me.
Take that guy off. What? And he's dirty? He's got bugs on him? What? To be fair,
I feel like if I was Dan Clancy, I probably would have gone up to Asmongold and said, hey, brother, like, you gotta understand, we gotta we got to monetize your channel because you're costing us so much money. Even if you don't want the money, like, we need to be bringing in something with this, because otherwise you're fucking us over, right?
I love using the website. It's pretty cool. It could be more, it could be less. There is a reason that Amazon bought Twitch, because they have AWS, and it's like, you know, vertical integration. Classic. Though just over a week ago, Mr. Asmongold himself said on a stream that there's a good chance he'll have to partner the channel that so that Twitch will play ads on it so they can start making something.
I might have to partner the channel.
Off the content that he's just react farming and then uploading it to YouTube and making a bunch of money off of. It's pretty funny. They've got to hate that guy. They're just waiting for him to slip up, I bet. Yeah, man. He's been doing fine off of YouTube. I assume if he's been...
Someday, Asmongold is going to have a bridge moment, and they're not even going to ban him. They're just going to fucking shoot him.
Doing it right and actually activating the ads. He's also a founder of OTK, one of the biggest creator organizations. One True King. Bunch of well-known people in there. Jay Schlatt, S-Fan, Mizkif, etc. He's doing fine. And realistically, whatever amount of money Asmongold has coming in, he doesn't need that much of it. He's a very simple guy. Most people don't need that much money. He's not flexing Rolexes and shit like XQC.
How are you supposed to close that? Like this?
You don't know how to close a fucking watch?
He says that he only utilizes about 1%.
That is very...
I probably spend less than 1% of what I make. And I don't really spend any money for any reason unless it's eating food.
Like, realistically, he probably doesn't spend 1/1000th of the amount he brings in. Because, like, realistically, he's got a big-ish house. He probably owns it, so he's not exactly paying rent. In terms of taxes, like, sure, property values aren't particularly high if you've got raccoons and cockroaches entering your house. But then I wouldn't really count taxes as spending money. But, like, he pays for video games, I guess. But he also, like, seems to go out of his way to not spend money where he doesn't have to, and he seems to always go for the cheapest food he can get. Like, this guy probably, if he makes $1 million, he probably spends like 100 a week,
unless it's something that's like related to my job.
1%? Are you kidding me?
Probably doesn't even make it that much.
That's crazy. Frugal, living within his means. What are you gonna do with the other 99%? though? What are you gonna do with that?
Well, I'm sure eventually he'll somehow, like, have a kid, and then the kid will just inherit all of it. And somehow the kid will be, like, as capable as he is. Because he just strikes me as the type of guy that would appear as a really, like, bad example, but then teach you all of the things in life that you need to know to succeed and just somehow be built different.
Spend all that, are you? Probably not. What the the point? Might as well throw it in the trash or something. Or give it to me.
Please. Yes, I would like that. Go away.
In spite of being able to sell out a sports stadium worth of live viewers every single day, there's a dark side to Asmongold, a.k.a. Zach Rohr, a.k.a. Zach, a.k.a. the guy that reacted to and talked about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard for 3 consecutive days straight with no time for poo, pee, fart, shit, piss.
That is unfair. He did it over 80 days. A lot of people have seen
this darker side. Like they know the meme. They know the mythical status of this man's life. But the average content consumer may not know. And that's what the point of this video today is. I think this shit is so interesting.
Wait, was it 2 months or was it a month?
I do not understand it even one little amount,
but it wasn't like 2-3 days straight.
Has lived in the same house for over 10 years. And under normal circumstances, that's normal. You found the place you love. There's no need to move. You should, maybe if you love the house, you should take care of it. If not for your safety, then at least for your health, which is the only thing human beings actually have. Two things. Their attention, their observation, their ability to rationalize.
That's more than 2 things.
Their health, their physical health, mental, acuity, attention, physical health, or whatever.
That is more than 2 things.
Has documented how he does anything but take care of his home and therefore himself as an extension
he's mentioned
of the things
recently
that
that
he lives in
he's
and loves.
going
He has
to
documented this over the
clean up.
many years of him making content, just sort of nonchalant. You see, while Zach Rohr might be his second Twitch channel, it's actually the name of his first YouTube channel. He started uploading to the Asmongold YouTube channel 10 years ago, but Zach Rohr saw its first upload 15 years ago, titled The Rat.
The Rat?
This is where it gets crazy. The video begins with Zach getting hit in the head with some kind of wooden beam. And he heads inside.
He doesn't get hit, he's hitting
The
himself.
home that he lives in. There's debris all over the kitchen floor, debris everywhere.
That's a rat.
And smack dab in the middle of this debris is a rat. It almost feels like an episode of Hoarders. You remember that guy Glenn,
Goddamn.
the guy with 1,000 rats?
People say, what would you ever want a rat for? Don't knock it till you try it.
Zach's video titled The Rat
Don't
is
knock it till you
reminiscent to
try
me
it.
of the moment in which Glenn from Hoarders began his rat obsession and eventually ended up with 1,000 rats. Zach did not do this.
They're everywhere. They are coming out of the walls, out of the mattresses.
That is a lot of rats.
He sees them as his children.
Instead, Zach became a very famous and successful Twitch streamer. Similar, it's reminiscent, but it's not the same. Clearly. Back to the video.
Jesus.
He shakes the box around and then he takes the rat outside and dumps it in the trash can. It looks like it's dead. I think it is. I don't know if he killed it or maybe it was dead when he was filming. I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, yeah,
have
the
no
rat
clue,
wasn't moving.
But it's motionless and it does not look good. I'd say it's not that sanitary of a living condition if there is a alive or dead rat within the walls of your home. A rat!
Oh, shit! A rat!
Not a
He's neglecting something very important about rats and Asmongold. You see, Asmongold, like, I know so much Asmongold lore, I could be considered an expert, right? So Asmongold used to not really have an alarm clock because he didn't need it. So what he would use to wake himself up every single day of his life was this rat that was dead, and it was near the window at just the right angle that eventually, while the sun was coming up, the sun would hit the rat and it would start cooking the rat, and then the smell of the rat would wake him up.
mouse. A rat!
It's a motherfucking rat. I'm gonna whoop your ass! I'm gonna whoop your ass!
Like a medieval rat. What's wrong with you? Stop it. A rat, dude. Have you
What
ever,
is
I've
wrong
never
with
seen a rat. I don't
Overville's
think in real
dogs that
life.
just keep barking up a storm while he's doing his videos? Like, I get that it adds to the charm, but like, goddamn.
I mean, I had pet rats. Like you see mice and stuff, but a rat? The rat video is only scraping the surface, too,
Yes.
which is very cool. 13 years ago, Zach uploaded a video titled Asmongold's Lair, which showcased the sorry state he subjects himself to every single day. The
Goddamn.
fast food so old, he can't remember when it's from. And a desk and floor completely covered in microplastics.
I don't even remember when I had that. Here's my desk.
Wow. Broken
Character,
barely
fucking
see
awesome.
through all the
Reminds me of that
fucking
little
drinks.
in that movie Signs, leaving the drinks all around. Dude, I leave some shit around on my desk. Nothing like that, man. I imagine being in Asmon's house is like playing Russian roulette, except with 3 fully loaded revolvers. And the one that is unloaded is the only drink in the entire house that doesn't have a colony of living things within it. No wonder there was an issue with rodents. Come on! He even uploaded a video about his raccoon magnets. Every time they would catch a raccoon, they'd put a magnet on their fridge. And, you know, that was 13 years ago. There were 6 of them. I wonder if the tradition still lives on to this very day. I assume
Oh
not.
man,
He
if
should
I
sell
ever,
raccoon magnets.
honestly, if I ever get to meet Asmongold, that's gonna be the first thing I ask. Does he still keep the raccoon magnets?
And so that'd
That'd
be
be
kinda cool.
crazy.
I'd buy one. Now, I concede that it could potentially take a long time for someone to change their ways, or specifically to realize the error in their ways in which they need to then change their ways. And it's cool, we get to look back and see.
I mean, he recently cleaned up his house and got a new mattress and all sorts of stuff, so, you know, maybe.
Zach 6 years later. He gave us an update in 2017. Pretty early into the video, he says it's 8:30 a.m. and he's ready to go to bed.
It's about 8:30 in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to bed.
8
It's kinda
a.m.
hard to
Goddamn.
tell what's going on here because it's in the dark, but you guys can just kind of guess.
Which is awesome. So, you know, that hasn't changed. Wow. This is a man we're looking at.
Yep.
He's prioritizing his video game addiction over any kind of human being living. He shows us his desk after showing us a full 30 rack of Dr. Pepper on the ground. And there are definitely less styrofoam cups, which is good, but there's still quite a few of them. 30 rack of Dr. Pepper, dude. Huge ups on that. I love Dr. Pepper. I think it is the nectar of the gods. It's delicious. It's nutritious. Just kidding. It's terrible for you.
I don't think it's nutritious.
Don't drink it. I don't know if there's more or less in this update video. Maybe his desk is just bigger. Maybe there's more room for all of them on the right side of the L
man. Just like don't get fewer cups on your desk. Just get a bigger desk.
And on the floor around him. And we do also see that he's got the big old thing of Dr. Pepper cans, which means he's using less microplastics, less styrofoam, but still drinking a shit ton of soda, which is cool. You know, gotta keep that up. Gotta
Sugar's
stay
good for you.
hydrated. Still surrounded by old food that's rotting and molding, and you know, it sits next to him where he spends 10 plus hours of his day, so it's just seeping into his body, his respiratory system, his pores. He just probably smells like old food. So yeah, cool little.
Well, all of his friends, like of all of his friends, nobody like goes around talking about him like smelling bad. So I don't know.
Cheeky 6-year update. Let's see how he's doing in 2021. 4 years after this, we get a video titled
like
"Day
the
in the
house
Life
smells
of
bad, but he
Asmongold."
doesn't.
He shows us his breakfast.
Wait, what? Is he wearing a suit
We get
jacket?
a video titled
No,
"A
it's a
Day
hoodie.
in the
Never
Life
mind.
of Asmongold." He shows us his breakfast.
I was like, what the fuck?
Most important meal of the day, and he starts off strong with a delicious, nutritious meal of everything a human body needs to function and properly fuel itself through the day. A Reese's genius. A Reese's genius.
And I just want to start off first thing of the day here, is I want to have my first breakfast.
His first
I'm
breakfast.
Gonna get one of these here.
And it's a Reese's.
There we go. We got ourselves a Reese's peanut butter treat.
Maybe there'll be a good meal in the day somewhere. Nope. He goes to Wendy's and then later Jack in the Box.
Fingers crossed, gentlemen. We're over here at Jack in the Box now.
Not to mention, there's a nice 12 hours of seated computer time between those two meals. How is he so thin? How is this? How does that work?
I mean, he doesn't eat all that much.
He's malnourished, right? Like that's a lot of people say. There's some people who are skinny fat. They're just not good at metabolizing food compared to like someone who's morbidly obese, and they can eat like the same amount as someone, but the food is so low quality, and their body's just so allergic to it, and causes so much inflammation. Their body works so inefficiently to digest it that they just don't gain any weight. They just gain fat. Their muscle, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, I mean, it looks.
Like, look, you said it. You said it yourself. His breakfast is a Reese's peanut butter cup. Then after that, he goes to Wendy's. He probably doesn't get like a big meal. And then after that, he goes to Jack in the Box, and he probably doesn't get a big meal either.
Like it could be possible. Also, in this video, it looks like his hair doesn't look too great. It seems like he may have gone.
I challenge Oompaville to find the video where his hair looks good.
While without showering. Shortly after uploading that video, he uploaded a video revealing that he hadn't showered in a month.
Hey guys, it's me again. And last night I ended what happened to be the longest streak that I've ever had of not taking a shower. About a month and a half.
About a month and a half. Awesome. That's not 30 days. That's 45 days.
Awesome. Occasionally I'll go 3 or 4 days. I don't think I've ever gone more than 3 or 4. Actually, I went camping for an entire week. So I went, a whole week I didn't go with a shower. I didn't have a shower.
Based.
You know, that's a lot. That was outside. I just can't imagine that. I just really can't imagine that. What's the reasoning behind it?
I mean, he was busy doing other stuff.
We kind of figure out a little bit of it. This abstinence
he was just
from
doing
the
other
shower
stuff, so he
was
didn't
during a
like
break
bother
he was
with
taking
it.
from
You know,
streaming.
that's just the way it is.
He said that he only showered in the first place so he wouldn't look bald on stream. And since he wasn't streaming, there was no need to shower.
There were a number of reasons why I take showers. I think one of the big reasons is so I don't look bald whenever I'm streaming. But I'm not streaming right now, so I'm pretty much good. Now, the reason I broke this streak, as you guys can see, my hair is, well, I still do look bald, but this is about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Nowadays, at least.
He also says that he broke the streak because he thought he needed to be somewhere, so he showered for that, but he ended up not actually having to go, so he showered for no reason.
I thought that I had to be somewhere today, but apparently I don't have to be there. So I pretty much showered for nothing, and I ruined, you know, what turned out to be a pretty good thing.
That's pretty cool.
A good thing. No.
Clean your tip. Zach, clean your tip. And your ball sack. And your gooch. And your asshole, please. And your armpits. And your mouth. The inside, brush your teeth. Everything else, you don't need to wash any of that stuff. You don't need to wash your hair. You don't need to wash your face. It's all nonsense. But clean your.
I mean, you absolutely need to. You absolutely need to wash the other stuff.
More of this video.
Oompaville, do not spread this misinformation, guys. Guys, wash everything. Please, for the love of God, wash everything. I can smell you from here.
About how he got a girlfriend and that she demanded he shower more, which meant he had to do laundry more, and that was a lot of work because you have to pick up the clothes off the ground.
I got a girlfriend, and she was not particularly happy with this designated showering
well,
days
obviously.
thing, and she pretty much insisted that I move it up to about 3 or so, and that was a lot of work. You gotta change your clothes after you shower. That means you gotta do laundry. If you gotta do laundry, that means you gotta pick the clothes up off the floor. It's a lot of work. You gotta deal with it.
That's based. I hate laundry. I think that's lame as shit. It's one of the reasons I have a girlfriend. Just kidding, guys. We assume he's gotten better.
Is it a
but
joke,
even as
though?
recently as 2
Is
years
it a
ago,
joke?
he talks about
Are you
only
kidding?
showering once a week. So
yeah,
I don't really know.
Listen, guys, I know this might be a surprise, but I shower about once a week.
It's
Maybe
a
somewhere
it's a
around there.
special
Like
occasion.
whenever my hair, like the main reason why I shower is whenever my hair looks bad on stream.
Now, I mentioned jokingly to wash your
Whenever his
there are
hair
plenty of
looks
health
bad on
risks when you
stream.
don't shower enough and you're disgusting and you live in filth and you eat terrible foods and are a health risk, basically. You ever heard of an outbreak monkey? Yeah, not good. Also, you shouldn't shower too much either, like every other day, every 2 days, something along those lines. Overcleaning is bad, according to Harvard Medical School. There's
Seriously?
such a thing as overcleaning. It gets rid of too much oil off your skin, and there's like little colonies of bacteria that live all over your body, and they can't live in a sterile environment, and the absence of normal microorganisms on any organ of your body can even lead to the reduction of what's called immune memory, and your body won't create the normal protective antibodies that it needs to protect itself from all sorts of different things. So wash your in your asshole, and then other than that, take it easy. Sorry, mushroom tip. So yeah, overcleaning potentially bad. Doesn't mean you should shower once a month. That's not recommended by doctors.
Yes.
Once a day is fine. Hey, guys, also turns out leaving food and drinks out in your home for days or months in this case, at a time, it can impact your health. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service has a page about molds and the molds that grow on food and the potential dangers that these molds can cause, allergic reactions,
Yeah, they will
problems.
they will damage all of your body. They'll
In some
fuck you up.
instances, they can produce poisonous mycotoxins that make you sick. Black molds.
Yeah.
Black mold's very bad. I love
Yes.
mold. Every now and then I'll get a loaf of bread that's really moldy. I'll like let one mold and then I'll put the bag around my head and I'll go, I don't do drugs or smoke or anything like that, but
He just
I do
inhales mold.
I hermetically hormetically interact with mycotoxins.
Hormetically?
Hormetic mycotoxin moment. Just kidding, don't do that. Mold's
Yeah,
not the only substance that
don't.
can have an impact on
Don't
your
do
health.
that.
And after Asmongold's month
Goddamn.
without showering, he posted a video talking about why he doesn't drink or use recreational drugs. Some of his reasons are totally understandable reasons. Perfectly based, perfectly red pill.
Today,
Let me
I want
guess.
to talk to you all
Doesn't
about
like the flavor.
why I don't smoke, why I don't do any recreational drugs, and why I don't drink.
He'd rather have his money spent on video games as opposed to drinking or drugs.
At the very early stages, right, back in middle school, whenever I first had some of my friends drinking and smoking weed, maybe doing a few other
I like that he
drugs
has
too,
a banner of
but
himself
mostly
on
just
his
like, the casual
wall.
middle school, early high school stuff. Why I didn't do it then, pretty fucking simple.
Didn't want to.
I could spend $30 on weed, or I could spend $30 on a video game.
He's also worried about developing an addiction, potentially.
Whenever I was a little kid, this might sound kind of crazy, but whenever I was a little kid, I always expected that I would grow up and be a drug addict. Because, watch the streams.
It doesn't sound that crazy, honestly.
Watch, movies and stuff, and, it's like, yeah, that'd probably be me. I'm kind of like a crazy guy, and these crazy guys doing these drugs, yeah, I could do that. And then I got older, and I realized that they were expensive, and I changed my mind.
He has a family history of substance abuse.
He used to drink all the time, and we've had a number of alcoholics in the family, and I asked my dad, I'm like, oh, what happened to Grandpa? And, alcohol poisoning, okay. What happened to, your great uncle, whoever? Oh, that liver failure. Starting to see a pattern here.
He also acknowledges in that video that he does not live a healthy lifestyle,
kinda
and
sad,
he does
but, like,
do some unhealthy things.
He made it funny, I guess.
The healthiest life.
No shit.
I live like an animal. I've always lived like an animal. I do not treat my body like a temple. I treat it like a zoo. And I've always done things like this.
But he wants to minimize the amount of unhealthy things that he does.
Point is that I do some unhealthy things as well.
Let's keep that to as much of a minimum as possible. He's like looking at it as if it's like a kind of an in and out stat point, and he didn't upgrade any points into drugs and alcohol, which to me, I feel like you're better off probably drinking drugs and doing alcohol in moderation than you are just completely avoiding those things and then not showering for a month. But I don't really know. I also don't drink and I don't do drugs. I literally do not. I suck. I'm an incredibly boring person, and people.
I don't drink and do drugs either. I probably should. Might make me a more interesting person, you know, for the streaming thing. But overall, it's just because I don't enjoy it, right? I like having control of my mind. I'm a very moderate person, kind of boring, honestly. But it's also I don't like the taste of alcohol all that much. And every time that I go to a place where people are getting drunk, somebody ends up in a fight, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get in a fight because I might hurt somebody, and I don't want to do that. I don't want the trouble, you know.
Have only liked me since I've been an old man, and people are like, now there's not drinking as much or doing as many drugs. But when I was like 20 years old, I didn't have any friends. Nobody loved me. So me and Asmongold can relate on that. Just kidding, that was me. Don't put that in. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. He's a great guy. I don't know. He's got cockroaches on him. I don't know. He's legendary. That's for damn sure.
Well, the cockroaches like him.
Son of a... I'll also say, though, there is a difference between eating healthy and living healthy. Because you can go eat, like, McDonald's and shit, and then have a clean house and not expose yourself to irritants, molds, mycotoxins, etc. Yeah. You don't have to do one or the other. You can there's other ways to maximize the stat points. He minimized all the stat points of both of those things, and that's why we see videos of his living conditions where there are millions of ants in his house, thousands. I have hundreds in my garage here, but I'm in a garage. I can't stop them. There's a garage door right there, and just creatures get in here. It's crazy. There's a spider right there that's like this big around. He's got millions of ants in his house. Maybe billions. I'm not exactly sure. Doesn't address them. There's also cockroaches.
The ants are based.
Climbing on him. Literally climbing on him in his room. This is disgusting, by the way, but you might think the one place that might be clean in the Asmongold world, the shower. His shower was at one point so nasty because he threw up in it and left it for months, claiming that it melted the bottom of his shower curtain. And his mom had to clean it up after some was still on the bottom of the curtain, and it started to smell like barbecue. So I don't know what the f it means. It's disgusting. All this was in a story he told to Trainwrecks in person.
I threw up in my bathtub one time, and it was there for about a few months, and my mom finally cleaned it up. And a few years after that, I kept going in there, and I'd always smell this very strong scent of hickory smoked barbecue. And I thought this was the best thing ever. And I cleaned all this stuff, so I never thought anything. And then we replaced the shower curtain, and I saw at the bottom of the shower curtain was melted with rotten puke.
Yes.
And the puke had oxidized into the point
I think that's
where it smelled
XQC.
like barbecue. And I almost didn't really want to get rid of the shower curtain.
So yeah, that's pretty damn bad. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
That's
pretty damn bad. That's the wording you're gonna go for, Oopaville. Pretty damn bad. You're gonna go with pretty damn bad for my shower curtain melted because I threw up on it and didn't clean it. Pretty damn bad is the scale that you're going for, huh? That's the wordage? That's the one?
Abhorrent, disgusting, degenerate, etc. But my God, is it legendary? Smells must be something that Asmongold doesn't pay that much mind to, if any mind at all. He uses
a champion of Nurgle.
A dead and decaying rat as an alarm clock at one point.
The thing is, I used to use a dead rat as an alarm clock, actually, for my stream.
He's telling the story. I told the story already.
Whenever the sun would come up, it would start cooking the corpse of the rat, and then it would start smelling again, and then the smell would wake me up. So I would use the rat effectively as an alarm clock, and as soon as it got hot enough, it would wake me up, and then I would know, oh shit, it's time to stream.
That's pretty bad.
No, motherfucker, it's time to clean the rat. Get the rat out of there.
So left a rat in a room full of junk that had just piled up for 5 or 6 years before he cleaned it, and then covered the stain with a rug.
Anyway, what happened is that a rat got in there and it died.
And then you just left it there.
So I was like, man, this smells really bad.
To get him out,
gotta deal with this problem with the dead rat in that room. So I closed the door.
Oh my God.
And that was pretty much about it. Yeah, so I didn't go in the room anymore. So anyway, I go back. This is like 5 or 6 years later. I'm going to clean up this room, and I actually did. It was like I felt like Hercules, like cleaning the stables, right? It was like commanded by Zeus, and like there was just so much shit in there. It was insane. It took me a week to clean this out, and I had to throw things away, fill up my garbage can. We have like the biggest size garbage can you can possibly have. I filled it up every single fucking week with stuff, and it took like 3 weeks to get everything out of the window.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was kind of annoying to me, but you know, we got rid of them and the problem got solved. And there was like a big there's like a stain on the floor
where the rat had been
over it, and everything's fine now.
So yeah, it's a miracle that he's still the fine specimen that he is. Just kidding. The effects of the way that this man lives are seemingly clear. It's pretty clear it's affecting his body quite badly. And when you ask the question, what are the red marks on the wall in this video? You'll find the answer that he was wiping blood from his teeth on the wall so he didn't have to get out of bed. What? That's crazy.
I mean, it's not crazy. It's just gross.
How are your teeth bleeding, dude? So you didn't have to get out of bed. I had a little booger area when I was a kid.
Clean his
when I was
teeth.
like an infant, like 4 or 5 years old, there was a little booger wall, a little booger area, and then I got in a lot of trouble, and I'd stop because I'm normal, or at least I'm not even that normal. I have ASD level 3. Or
I don't know what
ASD
that
level
means.
1, I don't know. I got Asperger's. There's no excuse. Asmon's teeth, not doing too good. His teeth were so bad at one point, he broke a tooth on a piece of pizza and used pliers to pull out the remaining chunk.
I used to be an animal,
I didn't know this one.
and a fiend. One time, I broke my tooth eating
How
a
do you
pizza at
break your
Sam's Club.
tooth on a
And
pizza?
I had to raid lead the Lich King Heroic.
What?
And the shard of the tooth that was still there was stabbing my tongue. And I went downstairs on the break for the raid,
No.
and I got a pair of pliers, and I broke that piece of my tooth off with pliers in my bathroom.
Bro, the pain.
On stream, he even mentioned that he is...
Like there are nerves inside of your teeth, right? To crush them. The pain that he experienced from that must have been excruciating. Unless the tooth was dead, which it probably was for it to break that easily, but what? What the fuck?
Lost so many teeth between the ages
My
of
God,
21
what?
and 28 that after getting all them fixed, he now only has a single-digit amount of original teeth.
Yes.
Your face is more round?
This is not.
I actually think that my face got a lot thinner whenever I was like I'd say
Yeah,
like
'cause he lost his
21
teeth.
to like 28 or so.
But no, his face
because
is rounder
I
here.
lost all my teeth. But then, you know, now my face is probably about the same as it was like whenever I was younger, like even younger, like 16 or 17, because like I got the teeth.
And this is a
replaced,
recent one. This is
so,
Diablo 3.
Like, you know, those muscles are in my face again. How many teeth did you lose?
Most of them.
I have a single-digit number of actual real teeth left. So, like, I don't know how many you start with. I'm not sure. 32? Damn.
Yeah, I think that's the
Damn,
number.
I really fucked that shit up, huh?
Yeah.
And some people point out his teeth on stream as there's like something in them.
Let me see. If something in your teeth? Yeah, that's called one of my teeth, actually. Let me see. Do I have something in my teeth? No. That's fine. No, it's supposed to be there, unfortunately. That's one of my teeth that I need to get fixed. It sucks, but
Yeah,
there
go
it
do
is.
that.
Anyway, so let me see if something in your teeth.
Fucking
Yeah.
make a stream out of it or something. I don't know. Like, goddamn.
So much soda.
Honestly, Asmongold could make like a really cool series of videos of just himself like fixing his health, like going to the dentist, going to the doctor, going to the gym, and he could make a ton of videos about that. And I think that he'd get like fucking millions of views off of that.
And he doesn't drink water, and it's foreign to him. And
wow, who the fuck drinks this shit?
Everybody.
Yeah,
Speaking of, I need to go get some water
his
myself.
teeth are bad, man. It's tough to maintain the balance of your teeth. I've never had braces or anything. I've got pretty good teeth.
It's not that hard. Just brush them. It's not that freaking hard. Yes, just brush your teeth.
Water
it's easy.
and all that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff, by the way. And I'm no stranger to talking about Zach Asmongold. I've been a big fan of his antics for quite a while now. I brought him up with my girlfriend on the Some Ordinary podcast, and it was only a matter of time before he reacted to that.
Well, yeah.
And he reacted to it, and I got to give Zach credit here, dude. Like, obviously, I'm just poking fun. This dude's a internet legend. Like, this is it's a big ass meme, right? This whole thing is a big meme. This is one of the most interesting character traits anyone who's been famous on the internet has ever had, and it's funny and it's disgusting and weird.
Yeah.
But you know, it's entertaining for sure. And I've got to give Zach credit for being able to acknowledge that he is in fact living quite poorly. He has acknowledged it repeatedly. He takes a shot on the chin like a champ. And it's really not a shot on the chin, to be honest. It's just like, what are you doing, man? That seems bad. I also want to apologize for what I said in the Some Ordinary podcast. I said that Asmongold looked like you could feed him an apple through a fence because I was making a horse joke, and people got mad at me for making fun of the way that he looks.
What?
And I'm pretty sure that I heard one of his friends say that as a meme on stream at some point. That's where I got it from. I didn't say that ever. I believe I picked that up from watching his content. I just meant it as a light joke. I wouldn't be making this video.
I don't think he looks very horse-ish.
Actually make him feel bad about himself.
He doesn't look like a horse, in my opinion. He definitely looks like he would be in a zoo. Like, I feel like if aliens came down and they took over Earth, right, and they enslaved humanity, they would encounter Asmongold and they would put him in like a zoo as an example of the filthiest human.
Outside of his dirty house and room. It's not.
Then again, with how good Asmongold is at like taking advantage of situations, because he is, you know, if he wasn't, he wouldn't be a CEO of multiple successful businesses. But I feel like he'd either end up in a zoo or he'd end up like more successful than ever with the alien overlords.
It's not cool to make fun of the way that someone looks, so I apologize for that, obviously. It does seem like, though, he is slowly improving his situation over time, and his lifestyle is getting better, but it's taken over a decade at this point, and it seems like he goes through a bit of an ebb and flow of maintaining his environment. I just want to know how his brain works. He's really good at WoW and organizing stuff in WoW.
Yeah, he's got a really good memory. He's got a really good memory, and he doesn't really care about he doesn't really care about the living conditions thing. Like, he doesn't care, so he doesn't like worry about it at all. He worries about WoW, and then he works on WoW and he plays WoW, and that's about it.
This reaction that the room we see him in the most is called the Lair, and that is the cleanest room.
Yeah,
where he spends the most of his time.
Yeah,
and
he needs to keep it clean so that he can like walk around and do stuff.
So the other
and shit,
parts are probably worse or something like that. I don't know.
I wonder if he just has like a little den that he records in, and he actually lives in like a normal place.
Oh my fucking god. Where the fuck does this come from? This is not, no. You want to know that the truth is that this is the cleanest room in my house. Because this is the one I'm in all the time. It's the rest of the house that's bad. This is pretty good. Well, I mean, it's not.
Also, when we brought it up on the Some Ordinary podcast,
at least he admits that, like, yeah, it's pretty good. Well, but no, it's not. It's not very good. It's actually pretty bad.
He says that he wanted to come on at some point, and maybe this video will encourage him to come on, dude. How about that? When are we getting him on, by the way?
That would actually be
when
sick.
Asmongold is free, the dude streams like 36 hours of fucking
Yeah,
day.
Mudahar invited me on the podcast. I do want to go on there eventually. I just haven't done it before.
He absolutely should.
I'll move it up so you guys can see.
I think it'll be a fun
we don't want to
podcast.
miss out on him.
How about I spend a week with you in your house? That's what I would like to do.
I think you would die. I think Ompaville, I think you would die.
Camping.
I think you would not survive that.
Imagine having a sleepover at Asmongold's house.
You would.
That'd be scary as fuck,
you would
dude.
perish.
There's just rats and shit everywhere. Assimilated organisms. The life of
the fucking
Asmongold
walls would come to life and
really
consume
interesting. Because it goes to show that social media and this whole internet thing and making content on platforms like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, whatever, it can change someone's life, absolutely elevate that person's life, and also it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. I can't imagine Asmongold would find success in many other high success fields. I'm sure he could live a normal life. I'm sure of that. But like,
he used to work for the IRS.
The
He's really smart, really good with math
some
and shit.
Cringe shit. I'm not sure. Dude's nailed it as a content creator, in spite of having rats in his house and cockroaches crawling on him and blood on the walls from his rotting teeth.
I genuinely, there's very few content creators that I think should like teach a course, but Asmongold is definitely one of them. Because he just seems to have like this understanding of what people want to watch that is just so good. He just understands. He just knows. He looks at something, he goes, yep, people will want to watch this, and he looks at something else and nope, people will not want to watch this. And like that's something I struggle with. Because like I kind of have I have some trouble like figuring out what people want to watch. Then again, it's kind of hard as a smaller creator to even gauge that sort of thing. But like I absolutely would be fascinated to just have a long form conversation with someone with Zach's insight, just to understand like how the sphere that we're in even functions, right? Because he seems to just understand it so well that it's ridiculous.
Incredible. We also talked about the fact that Zach only spends about 1% of his income, and that is on food and stuff for his job. In the same interview later on, it's brought up that he could just spend 2% of his income and completely revolutionize and change his life for the better.
Like, do you think spending that little is okay? Because you could spend 2% of the money you make.
And then what would it do?
Completely change your quality of life.
He could replace his bed, the one he's had for 25 years.
How could that possibly happen?
Okay, invest in a good mattress.
I have slept on this bed for 25 years.
Yep, and I feel like that bed has got to be fucking gross.
I don't know about that. I feel like it's nice. I like the bed.
He could hire a maid. That'd be really easy.
Yes.
And he wouldn't have to surround himself with irritants, filth, mold, and contagions.
Get some maids.
But I feel like, here's the thing. With Asmongold, I feel like if he were to do all of that, he would lose his character. It would stop being Asmongold.
Deep clean his house. Clean the floors that are stained with food, rat remains, blood, drinks, shit, probably, and vomit.
Upgrade your showers to where showering is easier.
I hope.
Like, I'm getting a waterhead shower because I spend way too long because I'm a big guy and I just want it to fucking be done with. So waterhead, get me fucking soaked in seconds.
Yeah.
Like I do your mom.
I would love to sit down with this guy and just ask him so many questions.
Tectone just absolutely adores
fascinating
milks.
to me. Is it laziness, stagnation, simple acceptance and surrender? Does he just have
doesn't
like
care.
a Buddhist mentality of just?
I genuinely think
I
he
will
just doesn't
accept
care.
all things that happen to me violently. He subjected himself to living in an unclean environment from habits that maybe they stemmed from necessity and doing the best that he could. I don't know. It's no longer the case because he makes so much money, he can just hire someone to fix his problem. So it's got to be some kind of logical thing. I have no idea. Please wash your and your ass. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah. Oh, that's how the video ends. Okay. Well, overall, yeah. Big news. Asmongold is a dirty little boy. A dirty little boy that needs to be punished. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.